Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning, Sharina.
Morning,
Good
Aaron.
morning, Shante.
Thank you for having me at this busy time of the year.
No problem, we would really like to work with you. So how was your flight?
My flight was very nice. I sat first class, really enjoyed the airplane,
Mm-hmm.
and I stayed a week at Warsaw to went sightseeing.
Nice.
Okay, and how are you? How do you like Warsaw so far?
I really like Warsaw. It's a really big difference compared to Germany
Okay.
because the people are so welcoming here.
Okay, and would you like to visit again?
Sure, yeah. So I really would like to visit again.
And how long are you staying here?
I'm staying for another week.
For another week, so you have plenty of time to see more.
Yes, I have plenty of time.
So what did you think of the airport?
The airport, I really like the atmosphere of the airport and the hospitality.
Yeah. We make sure that that's always good.
Yes, I've noticed.
Okay. Well,
We have you here because our airport is expanding and we are expecting more customers in the coming years, and we think you can help us with that.
Great. I really think I can come to agreement with your company as well. I've sent 5 researchers, so as you know, to research and investigate the whole airport to check the improvements, and they came back with very good feedback, and they came with a lot of remarks that we can work on together. Of these remarks, I want to discuss the financing part, the operation management, the repayment terms, the building schedule, and the risk allocations with your airport.
Yes.
First of all, I wanted to start with the financing part. We wanted to take full responsibility of the designing of the building and the new facilities at this airport. Of this whole project that we want to work with you, it will cost 120 million euros.
Yeah, we also came to the conclusion that it would cost 120 million, so that's the same. And we were thinking we can loan 90% of the bank, and with a interest rate of 3%.
90% is unfortunately not possible. It's a too huge amount to borrow from the bank. We were thinking of a percentage of 80%, which will come to 96%, and which will leave you the remaining 20% to be financed by the Polish airport.
okay. And is there any possibility if we increase the interest rate to finally come to 85% of lending from the bank?
The interest rate is now standing at 4.5.
Yeah.
We could maybe come to agreement to have an interest rate of 6%.
Oh, that's quite a lot. What we were thinking, we can increase the loan by 85%, and then we will divide the loan in 3 parts. So the first 2 parts, the 45 million, the interest rate will be 3.5, and then the last part will be 5%, the interest rate.
The interest, so the first 2 parts will be, again please?
3.5.
3.5.
And the remaining part will be
5%.
Yeah, 5%.
5%. Other than the remaining, it's possible if we can make the first 2 parts 3.8% and the last part 5%, so we can come up to the right amount.
Yeah, that will be possible.
Okay. So 3.8 for the first 2 parts, and the last part will be 5%.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so 120 million, 85%, and then first part
will be
3.8.
Yes.
Second part
will be 3.8 as well.
8, and the last part will be 5%.
Yes.
Okay. So that means that we will be financing 15%.
Yes, that's 15%. Of the operations and management part, we want to manage the airport services for the next upcoming 10 years of ascension.
Well, we want the ownership of assets and services to fully remain with Polish airports, actually.
Okay,
So,
I understand that of your point of view,
Mhm.
but if we want to have a solid relationship, we also want to work from the inside as well. So
Yeah.
not only be able to perform construction work, but we
Yeah.
want to have people on the inside as well to also interact with the customers.
Exactly, we understand, and however, we're not able to fully give you the responsibility of the services. However, it's possible to give you a 30% of the services, and that some of our employees will be working for you as well, because it's not possible for us to give you all the responsibilities because we have our own employees,
Of course.
and we will be having to fire all our employees.
I understand that part. I'm really glad that you said the 30% part. But I was thinking about a percentage of 35 because we will be working 10 years together for the next 10 years together, and we don't want to be left out of the company with only construction work. So I think 35 would be a reasonable amount.
Yeah, we understand. I think that is possible.
yes.
And that will be only for the coming 15 years, you said?
10.
10 years.
And how about we give you 30% in the first 5 years, and then the last 5 years, if we like how well you're doing, we can
Yeah.
give you 35%.
Um, let's say you give us the first 5 years 30%, and if you like our way of working and our services,
Mhm.
you give us 40%.
40%.
For
Okay,
the
then
next
we'll
for
have
the
to-
next for the next 5 years. But that only depends on the first 5 years how
Yeah.
we work. So if we can come to agreement for the first 5 years, I would be glad to work 30% the first 5 years, and for the next 5 years 40%.
Okay, maybe we can come to an agreement to set a goal for the first 5 years. For instance, that we as the Polish airports experience your services in with a grade of an let's say 7. And if it's a 7, you can get to 40%. But if it's lower than a 7, you will get 35%.
I agree.
Okay, so we agree on the fact first 5 year 30,
Yeah.
and if you like how you're working, then 40%.
Great. I'm glad that we could come to agreement on that part.
Mhm.
For the repayment terms, the loans will be repaid by the Polish airports over the 10 years.
10 years. We were thinking 15 years, and it will begin on full completion of works.
The loan we were think of the repayments would be on the completion of 50% of the works, and it will be on a monthly basis.
Yeah, monthly basis we can do. But how about we also divide this in 3 parts? So the first part will be paid in 15 years, second part in 12, and the third part in 10 years. How about that?
Again, please. So the
so
first part will be paid
We're
in.
paid in
15
15,
years.
second in 15.
Yeah.
First in 15, second in 12, and third in 10 years.
The third will be paid in 10 years.
And it will begin on full completion of works
Again,
on a monthly basis.
okay, I'm glad I can be on full completion of work.
Yes.
I can agree to that. Because we are from collaborative and we are working and learning from the bank, of course the bank will also have to benefit from our part. So the bank will collect the takeoff and landing charges from foreign airlines. the charges for planes flying through the Polish airspace as well. And the excess charges and fees will be paid back to Polish airports each quarter.
Well, we were thinking that Polish airports will collect takeoff and landing charges from foreign airlines and overflight fees, which will be paid off the loan.
Um, but bank needs to have these charges. So you want to, if I understand, you want to pay the bank the loans,
Mm-hmm.
but the bank needs to have the charges for the foreign airlines and flight fees.
Yeah.
Do you want to have other agreement to pay them these fees, or
Yeah,
how do you mean?
we will collect it
Yeah.
and then we will pay it off the loan. Do you understand?
Okay, like
Yeah.
that you will pay it off the loan. You will pay, but the loan is something they will receive automatically. So
Yeah.
they want to have another
Percentage,
source of
yeah.
payment.
Okay.
So the loan they will, of course, receive, but they want to also have the charging fees of foreign airplanes.
Yes, but if we do that, if we collect everything and pay it off the loan, guarantees will be given by us, and the bank will receive the charges if we can't repay the loan. So excess funds will belong to us.
Okay.
So if we aren't able to repay it,
Yeah.
the bank will be
Okay, great. Okay,
able to collect it.
great.
So we agree on that.
Yeah. For this whole project, the duration will be 30 months, and we will be cooperating with Polish companies, and we will also have a proven track record to carry out this project.
Actually, we were thinking about a project of 27 months. However, we can come to an agreement if you and your company agree that with every week of delay, we will be charging you with 200,000 euros.
If I may say, 30 months is the time for perfect construction to this airport.
Mhm.
My researchers told me that this is hard to reduce,
Mhm.
but and also with so 30 months, I want to set the 30 months for sure. But,
Okay, yeah, we can.
but I don't agree on the fines you will be giving us, because if we will be constructing on your airport
Mhm.
and problems or obstacles might occur,
Mhm.
which we cannot have control over, like the weather, for instance. We don't want to get fined by such reasons.
Yes, I understand. However, we are giving you these fines if there is delay because of the risk of low air trafficking, and maybe you could tell us how much.
I was thinking of 0.5 million penalty for a month.
Per month.
Yeah, per month.
How about 200,000 per week? That could go up to 2 million because the delays are in your hands. I understand that the weather condition is not in your hands, but everything else is.
Okay, if something might occur because
Mm-hmm.
of our section or our part,
Yeah.
we can come to agreement of 0.4 per month, but even 0.4 per month, I think that will be a reasonable amount.
But that's still not enough because a delay will also work not in our favor.
Mhm.
So why not 200,000 per week?
Because that will be because the cost of that will be too much for us, and that
Okay,
will
but-
we don't want to get.
Mhm.
We don't want. We of course we will work to our full potential, but if we have over the past 10 or 20 years, we have fully grown. We are a fully grown company, and we have won internationals over us, and we also have 10 or 20 years. We also have a 20 years partnership with the bank as well. Mm-hmm. That shows us that we are really reliable as well. They have only walked out on 2 projects of us, and for the rest, they have taken us as consideration for the next 10 years. So, if you could trust us, 0.4 would be a really reasonable fine, which will not occur only because of weather reasons.
But if there are no delays, there are no fines. So, how about 150 per week?
150 per week.
So that could come to 600,000 per month. Is that okay with you?
Okay, that's okay with me.
Yeah?
I think we can agree on that.
Yeah, okay.
Also, what I want to discuss is the risk associated of low air traffic. And it will be on 50-50 basis with the Polish government and the private contractor. That's what I wanted to state out. So you know.
Yes, we can agree on that if the commercial risks like delays in building, schedule, and low air traffic volumes will be responsibility of Lauman, so you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I think we can come on agreement on that.
Yeah. Okay.
Those are all of the matters that I wanted to discuss with you. So if we understand each other, about the managing of the airport for the next 10 years, if we could summarize everything together, please.
Okay, so the whole cost will be 120 million to build the airport. We will borrow 85% from the bank with a interest rate. The first part will be 3.8, second part also, and the last part 5%.
Yeah.
We will finance 15% from our side, and that was financing. And about the ownership of assets, the ownership of assets will be 30% in the first 5 years, and 40% in the other 5 years if we like how you're working.
Yes. And if I may ask, how would you base the grading on? Because your company said I needed to have a 7 to have 40% for the next 5 years. So on what is the basis of the 7?
I think we can do research on customers and also have inspection watching you and following your exactly.
Okay, great.
Which will be done by a third party, so it will need not be done by us.
Okay.
I know it's trustful.
Yes.
And what else? So the loan will be repaid on when we'll begin on full completion of works and will be on a monthly basis. It will be divided in 3 parts. So the first part will be paid in
15
years, second 12, and the third 10 years. Yeah. And the Polish airport will collect everything, so takeoff, landing charges from foreign airlines and overflight fees, which will be paid off the loan, and guarantees will be given by us, and we will pay the bank if we can't repay them.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Cool. And if I understood well, there's fines per month for delays. If delays might occur, will be 0.6 million per month.
Yeah, per month.
Okay. For the last part, the risk associated of low air traffic in flows will be 50-50 basis.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's where all of the matters to discuss.
Yeah. So do you have any questions?
No, I don't have any questions. I'm very glad that we could come to an agreement together.
Me too.
Okay, and we are really glad to be working with you in the future.
Very nice. This will be a really huge project for both of us.
Yeah.
And will benefit both parties.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So enjoy your stay in Poland.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having our company.
Thank you for having us.
Maybe hope for a nice solid relationship for the future to come.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.